People who succeed in controlling their minds often find that they manage stress better, have healthier relationships, and are overall happier. They enjoy life more fully and can face challenges without being overwhelmed. Welcome to Live Kindly, where we share and spread inspiring stories, profound knowledge, and meaningful lessons from great souls. Before we begin, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you don't miss any videos from us. Now, let's start this inspiring journey. Inwardly, everything should be different, but our outward face should conform with the crowd. This adaptation does not mean giving up personal identity, but rather a way to protect individual values while still maintaining good relationships with others. By doing so, we can build and maintain social relationships without having to sacrifice important personal viewpoints. This is particularly important in a diverse society, where differences in perspectives and beliefs can easily lead to conflicts. However, the downside of always trying to fit in is that it can make us feel like we are losing our true identity if we are not careful. It is important to find a balance between maintaining one's authenticity and adapting to society. This balance not only helps us live fully with ourselves, but also helps us build healthy and sustainable relationships with others in the community. Anyone who can make you angry becomes your master. When anger flares up, it can cloud reason, leading to reactions and decisions that are not only thoughtless, but can also harm oneself and others. Recognizing that only you have the power to control your emotions is the first step to not becoming a victim of external provocations. By focusing on developing restraint and responding intentionally, you can protect yourself from this unwanted influence. This not only helps you maintain calm and exhibit a more refined demeanor, but also allows you to make wiser decisions in any situation. Furthermore, learning to manage anger effectively contributes to personal development and healthier relationships. When you no longer let the actions of others affect your emotions, you will feel freer and stronger. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. An untroubled soul helps us maintain clarity and focus in our thoughts, enabling us to more effectively cope with challenges and pressures. This not only reduces stress, but also improves the quality of life, as we do not let worries and insecurities dominate our minds and emotions. Facing and understanding the truth of matters requires us not to avoid or deceive ourselves about the real nature of things. Instead, we need to perceive everything objectively and accurately, which allows us to make sound judgments and decisions. Understanding the true nature of a problem not only helps us resolve it more effectively, but also prevents misunderstandings and errors that could lead to incorrect actions. Incorporating these two principles into our lives brings us internal peace and the strength to confront reality head-on. This not only aids our personal development, but also positively impacts those around us. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Waking up each morning and sensing the world around us is not something everyone can do frequently. Each day we live is a precious opportunity, and we should cherish it as much as possible. Particularly, the ability to think is a miracle of being human, allowing us not only to solve problems, but also to create and dream. Joy in life often comes from simple things like enjoying a cup of coffee, listening to birds singing, or feeling the sunlight. We often forget these small joys, but they can bring profound happiness if we take the time to recognize and appreciate them. The ability to love and be loved is also one of the most noble emotions that humans can experience. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. When you begin to realize and accept that you cannot control everything happening around you, you will start learning how to respond more purposefully to those events. This not only reduces stress, but also helps you build confidence and inner strength. The more you understand this ability, the more you can approach life with calmness and self-control, leading to true freedom and happiness. Developing this capability requires regular practice and a deep awareness of your own psychology. As you start to understand and manage your emotions and thoughts, you not only cope more effectively with challenges, but also open up the possibility of enjoying and appreciating life, regardless of the circumstances. He suffers more than necessary, who suffers before it is necessary. When we worry before it is necessary, we not only endure the suffering when it actually occurs, but also add a period of unnecessary anguish before it happens. This often leads to a negative cycle where continuous worry weakens both our mental and physical health. Instead of allowing our minds to be dominated by worst-case scenarios that may never happen, we can learn to accept uncertainty and focus on dealing with problems as they truly arise. Therefore, learning how to reduce anxiety and live in the present moment is essential to lessen unnecessary suffering. Meditation, mindfulness, and other stress management techniques can help us develop this ability, allowing us to approach life more calmly and purposefully. Ultimately, by practicing living in the present and not overly worrying about the future, we can find lasting peace and happiness, minimizing suffering not only for ourselves but also for those around us. Be like the cliff against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it. Imagine a steadfast cliff standing tall against the fierce waves of the ocean. Despite continually enduring the power of the crashing waves, the cliff not only remains intact, but also calms the fury of the water. This image reflects an important life lesson about the power of resilience and perseverance. Like the cliff, we too can stand firm against challenges and difficulties, not just surviving, but also emerging stronger from those experiences. Maintaining your stance and not allowing external influences to shake your will and spirit requires confidence, determination, and resilience. Qualities that help us not only face but also manage and mitigate the pressures and conflicts around us. This steadfastness is crucial for personal growth and stability, enabling us to navigate life's turbulent waters with strength and grace. Nature hath given men one tongue but two ears, that we may hear from others twice as much as we speak. Listening is not just about receiving information, but also an expression of respect and care for others. When we take the time to truly listen to what others are saying, not just hearing their words, but also feeling the emotions and intentions behind them, we expand our ability to understand and empathize with them. This not only helps build strong relationships, but also promotes cooperation and minimizes conflicts. Moreover, active listening allows us to gather more profound information and insights from those around us. This is extremely important in a professional environment, where a thorough understanding and awareness of issues and perspectives can be the key to making accurate and wise decisions. People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of one thing, in which it is right to be stingy. Although we may spend hours comparing prices before purchasing a new item or carefully lock the door before leaving the house, we often easily let time pass without creating any value. Time, unlike money or other assets, is a resource that cannot be replenished. Once lost, it cannot be regained. Therefore, managing our time must be rigorous and intentional. This reality raises a question about how we value and prioritize time compared to other resources. To manage time effectively, we need to develop an awareness of its value and implement purposeful strategies to use every hour, every minute wisely. Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life. Appreciating each day as a life of its own also helps us develop a sense of gratitude and a deeper understanding of the value of time. When we realize that each day is unique and irreplaceable, we strive to live each day with purpose and meaning. This includes setting daily goals, finding joy in routine activities, and cherishing connections with those around us. When we focus on the present and avoid worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, we can experience greater peace and profound happiness. It helps us reshape our perception of success and failure, making us realize that each day holds its own value and can bring joy and satisfaction. If you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you are needing is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person. While we often try to escape pressures and anxieties by changing our surroundings, such as moving houses, switching jobs, or even taking vacations, these solutions are temporary if we do not change ourselves. Problems often run deep in the way we perceive and interact with the world, and not everything can be resolved by simply changing geographic locations. The necessary change is personal, involving deeper self-awareness, identifying harmful thought and behavior patterns, and developing new skills to more effectively cope with life's challenges. This requires self-awareness, patience, and regular self-reflection to truly understand oneself on a deeper level. Until we have begun to go without them, we fail to realize how unnecessary many things are. We have been using them, not because we needed them, but because we had them. Often we get swept up in a consumer lifestyle without truly stopping to think about the real value of the things we buy and use daily. The convenience and easy access to products lead us to shop unconsciously, resulting in the accumulation of many unnecessary items. By starting to live without some of these items, we may discover that not only is our life not adversely affected, but it also becomes simpler and more comfortable. This process not only helps us reduce our dependence on material things, but also opens up new space for freedom and creativity. We begin to realize that many things we use daily are more a product of habit than actual need. If a man knows not which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Setting goals not only helps identify the necessary steps to achieve them, but also allows us to assess progress, adjust plans as needed, and keep us focused. Without goals, we can easily become distracted, wasting time and energy on activities that do not add real value to our lives or careers. Listening to and observing the environment around us to identify favorable conditions and opportunities can help us move closer to our goals. Once clear about our destination, we can flexibly leverage these opportunities, thereby enhancing the effectiveness of our personal journey. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. In modern society, we are often encouraged to be independent and to love ourselves, but we also live in an environment where acceptance from others, whether in the workplace or through social media, can deeply affect how we feel about ourselves. This can lead to an internal struggle, where one must balance being true to oneself with the need for recognition from others. It is important to recognize this tension and find ways to reconcile these two aspects. A helpful step may be to develop a solid self-concept and personal value, while remaining open and positively receptive to feedback from others. This not only helps us become stronger, but also allows us to build healthier and more sustainable relationships with those around us. Here is a rule to remember in future. When anything tempts you to feel bitter, not, "This is misfortune," but to bear this worthy is good fortune. When life brings moments that make you want to give up, remember that these are not times of misfortune. Instead, each time you maintain composure and face challenges with dignity, you are actually creating your own luck. In any situation, no matter how disappointing it may seem on the surface, we can still find inner strength. It reminds us that choosing to stand firm against adversity not only helps us overcome difficulties, but also provides an opportunity to demonstrate our resilience and strength of spirit. Luck doesn't always come in the form of easy outcomes or random good fortune. Sometimes, luck is the ability to remain steadfast in the face of challenges, turning negative emotions into motivation to strive and grow. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. When a person is capable of perceiving and adjusting their thoughts, emotions, and actions, they can overcome the limits they set for themselves. This not only aids them in achieving personal goals, but also enhances their ability to communicate and interact effectively with the world around them. Begin your journey of conquest by first overcoming yourself, from which you can then expand your influence and success into the outside world. This is a process that not only helps us become the best versions of ourselves, but also illuminates the path toward greater achievements. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one. We often spend too much time debating the definitions of what is good, beautiful, and the ideal image of a virtuous person. But don't just talk, act. Don't let life pass by in endless debates about noble qualities without demonstrating them through your own actions. Start each day with the intention to not only do good, but also to become a better version of yourself. Whether it's helping others without expecting anything in return, or simply listening to a friend in need, each moment you choose to act according to what you believe is right, you are making a difference. Create positive ripples that spread out to the community around you, turning the principles and values you pursue into reality. Becoming a good person is not a destination, but a continuous journey. Every step, no matter how small, when taken with dedication and sincerity, has tremendous power. The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. It's easy for our minds to be overwhelmed by worries, fears, and other negative thoughts. However, these very thoughts shape the quality of our minds and therefore the quality of our lives. When we choose to spend time reflecting on meaningful, inspiring, and enriching things, we not only improve our spirits, but also our understanding and self-awareness. To truly enhance the quality of our minds, we need to actively choose what to think about and where to focus our attention. This requires a conscious effort to reshape our thinking habits, to discard destructive or negative thoughts, and instead nourish our minds with knowledge, gratitude, and joy. Our minds are fertile gardens, and the thoughts we choose to cultivate are like the seeds we plant. If we sow positivity, wisdom, and compassion, we will harvest tranquility, insight, and a rich soul. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. We often face choices and challenges where each decision can have significant consequences. Sometimes external pressures or personal desires can tempt us to do things that are not right or say things that are not true. By firmly holding on to this principle, we equip ourselves with a clear compass that helps navigate these temptations and challenges with integrity and honesty. When you choose not to do something if it's not right, you not only protect yourself from negative consequences, but also contribute to creating a healthy environment where truth and justice are valued. Similarly, when you choose not to say something if it is not true, you are respecting the truth and nurturing trust between yourself and others. Sticking to these standards not only clarifies the path ahead, but also inspires those around you. By living honestly and righteously, you become a beacon for others to follow and contribute to a better society. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Life, with all its surprises and challenges, can push us into difficult and unexpected situations. But what matters is not what happens to us, but how we choose to face and react to these events. We cannot control everything that happens, but we can control how we respond to them. Each response is a choice, and each choice can lead to either a positive or negative outcome. When you choose to face difficulties with patience, positivity, and resilience, you not only overcome the challenges, but also learn valuable lessons about yourself and life. Our reactions to difficulties also reflect our inner values and fighting spirit. When you choose to act with courage and optimism, you not only improve your circumstances, but also inspire those around you. Your actions can become a beacon of light for others in their darkest times. He is the most powerful who has power over himself. Self-control is not only about restraining negative emotions or managing behavior in difficult situations, but also about developing autonomy in every aspect of life, from emotions and thoughts to actions and decisions. When you can regulate your emotions, you not only avoid rash decisions, but can also approach every issue calmly and purposefully. Self-control also manifests in the ability to self-direct and set personal goals independently of others' approval or judgment. The truly powerful individual is one who can stand firm against pressure, remains unaffected by criticism or praise, and remains loyal to their values and principles. Practicing self-control requires patience, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to self-improvement every day. But those who succeed in this not only find the strength to face challenges, but also develop a sense of freedom and inner peace that is unshakable. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Have you ever wondered why tough times can bring us valuable lessons? Just as hard physical labor strengthens our bodies, emotional and psychological hardships fortify our minds. When faced with difficulties, we are presented with the choice to give up or to fight and learn from the experience. By choosing to confront challenges, we not only solve the problem, but also awaken hidden potentials within ourselves. Each challenge acts as a training session, making our minds more flexible and resilient. Embrace each difficulty as an opportunity to train and improve yourself. Face challenges with courage and determination, and you will find that each step forward, no matter how small, is an essential part of your personal development journey. True strength is not about never falling, but about knowing how to stand up and continue walking after each stumble. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself in your way of thinking. Does happiness really require luxuries or complexities? Happiness does not reside in the things we possess or the achievements we attain, but in how we think and view life. Indeed, happiness is not a distant destination, but a journey of the mind, where we learn to find joy in the simplest things. The way we choose to perceive life and the thoughts we nurture daily are the keys to unlocking the door to happiness. When you start to notice the little things around you and focus on the positive aspects of each situation, you will find that it doesn't take much to feel satisfied and joyful. Adopting a simple lifestyle, cherishing what you have, and maintaining an optimistic mindset are the secrets to building a happy life from within. If you live in harmony with nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to what others think, you will never be rich. What truly constitutes wealth in life? Living in harmony with nature is not only about protecting the environment, but also about embracing and respecting what nature offers, from tranquility to lessons in patience and innovation. When you choose this lifestyle, you discover an endless wealth of spirit and emotion that money cannot buy. You are never truly poor when you appreciate and live in harmony with nature without the need for extravagance. Conversely, if you live according to the thoughts and expectations of others, you will find that you are never rich enough. Wealth here is not measured only by material possessions, but also by a sense of satisfaction and personal freedom. When you allow others to shape how you live, you lose the ability to determine your own worth and what is important to you. Learn to be indifferent to what makes no difference. Imagine life as a handbag. If you keep stuffing it with a myriad of unnecessary items, it becomes heavy and difficult to find what you really need. Similarly, focusing on unimportant matters can weigh down our minds and create chaos. Learning to let go of things that don't impact you can significantly lighten your load. When you start to disregard the words and actions that don't add value to your life, you'll find you have more time and energy to invest in your work, relationships, and personal hobbies that you cherish. You will be able to live each moment fully and truly enjoy life without being dragged down by unnecessary worries. The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not. The best things we can have are actually within ourselves and within our reach. The wise know how to be content with what they have, whether it is little or much, without coveting what they do not have. Think of this as a reminder to appreciate and make good use of what we already have. Instead of chasing after far-fetched things, it's better to recognize that much joy and real wealth come from the simple things we often take for granted in our daily lives. Sometimes, true happiness is about being grateful and enjoying what we have, whether it's good health, friendships, or a peaceful moment by the window in the morning. When you start focusing on what you possess, you'll find yourself less disturbed by what you don't have or what you can't control. Life becomes simpler and more relaxed when you no longer waste time and energy longing for things beyond your reach. Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. It's not the actual difficulties that worry us, but rather the imagined worries about these difficulties that truly exhaust us. Consider this as a battle in your mind where you frequently create unrealistic scenarios. Perhaps a minor event occurs, and instead of handling it as a normal part of life, we let our imagination run wild, imagining all the worst possible outcomes. By understanding that many of our worries are self-created, we can begin to change how we view and deal with them. Learning to keep your mind from being overwhelmed by unnecessary worries not only reduces stress, but also allows you to focus on solving the real issues you face. This not only alleviates baseless concerns, but also makes you calmer and more effective in your daily life. Small-minded people blame others. Average people blame themselves. The wise see all blame as foolishness. There's an interesting truth about how we handle mistakes and responsibility. The petty often blame others. The average tend to blame themselves. But the wise recognize that blaming is futile. Imagine that every time something goes wrong, there's a natural instinct to look for a culprit. For some, this means pointing fingers at others, while for others, it means questioning what they did wrong. However, wise individuals understand that in most cases, seeking someone to blame is not only a waste of time, but also does not solve the problem. By letting go of the habit of blaming, we open up space to learn and grow from each experience, whether good or bad. Instead of wasting time in arguments and feeling worse about ourselves or others, we can use that time and energy to investigate the root causes of the issue and find ways to improve the situation. Respect the past, be open to the future. Your life is like a large book. Each page turned contains valuable experiences and lessons from the past. By respecting these pages, you not only understand the origins and what has shaped you today, but you can also learn from your own mistakes and successes, as well as those of others. Valuing the past helps us recognize that every event, no matter how small, plays a significant role in shaping the individuals and society we are today. However, while the past is the foundation, the future is where we can truly make a difference. Embracing the future with an open mind, ready for changes and new opportunities, is the next crucial step. This attitude not only helps us adapt to the constant changes of the world, but also allows us to positively impact our surroundings and grow personally. By combining respect for the past with openness to the future, we create a balanced and fulfilling lifestyle. In this way, we not only preserve the good values we have, but also continually update, learn, and develop to face all challenges and seize every opportunity the future brings. The life we receive is not short, but we make it so. We are not ill-provided, but use what we have wastefully. In reality, time only seems scarce when people let it pass without making the most of it. Every minute, every hour is an opportunity to live fully, to learn, and to love. Yet, how often do people let time slip by meaninglessly or spend it on thoughts and actions that add no value? Many feel deprived not because they don't have enough, but because they do not know how to utilize what they have. Wastefulness not only depletes resources, but also diminishes their value. By recognizing and consciously valuing each moment and every resource, people not only enrich their own lives, but also contribute to a more sustainable future. Life is not really short. It's about learning to live in a way that is worthy of every second we are given. The insights we've explored today offer profound lessons on how we perceive and interact with the world around us. These lessons not only help us become the best versions of ourselves, but also inspire us to lead more meaningful lives, appreciate what we have, and approach the future with an open mind and readiness for new opportunities. If you find these insights helpful and wish to discover more valuable lessons, please subscribe to our channel to ensure you don't miss any videos. Thank you for watching and for your continued support. Keep exploring and growing every day.